Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So UConn's offense will go to work first. And this is a matchup that we've been talking about coming into this. High-powered offense squaring off against a defense that is more than capable of shutting them down. This one's going to be fun, David.
Yeah, and this defense has been able to do that. Like every offense they've faced, they've played great. They take away what you do best. Obviously, Palmer, on that other side, this is a high-powered offense. They're really, really good. How does this matchup unfold?
You're right, David, and I think as the season's gone on, this is a matchup.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quinnen Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they've built this dynasty at Alabama.
The Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Pavia. Unleashes one. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stand.
This is not the way they envisioned the opening drive going with the 3rd and long coming up. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability?
Found a seam on the left. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for this offense. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Smith dropping to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
On the move from inside his 5. UConn going back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
UConn will have to punt it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Here's a hit. Takes a hit as he fires. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Smith wants to throw. Looking for a huge play. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Now, last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The UConn offense goes back to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Gonna run it. It's Thomas. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Back to pass on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Anthony. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Now the play fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wants to throw again. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. UConn will have to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Making side adjustments here. Smith dropping to pass. He's taking the shot. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gets the back moving. On the run, it's Jordan. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Lost a throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Here comes the heat. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. UConn will have to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They'll run it from the gun. Got the first down and still on his feet. Got room at the 35. He's loose on the one, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Alabama! What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. Bringing it back. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The give to the tailback. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. UConn will have to punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Takes it on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for a gap. It's Jordan. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Alabama quickly back to the line. Smith wants to throw. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Getting set for the point after. Oh, he missed it. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll go to the fullback. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down. That's the end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 23, UConn 0.
UConn has it teed up to start this second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll open the second half on the ground. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. No huddle offense to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Got a man. It's Boston. Still on his feet. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Trying to run, it's Jordan. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's got an open man. Touchdown Tide. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. He has been surgical. precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Clark. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
UConn will have to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll return it from the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
Yeah, and welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Smith dropping to pass. Right on the money. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. UConn going back to work on offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Gets it out quickly. Turning it on! Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, I think the quarterback was trying to push that ball deep down the field. Nobody was open, though, so he finds his fullback for a short gain.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Clark. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Quick strike complete. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. How about the little toss out to the fullback to give him a touch?
And you said little toss because they're not trying to throw bombs to the fullback. This is a guy that's going to be more of a possession wide receiver, but if you can depend on him and he can catch the football consistently, you can get those little gains, those positive gains, and keep the defense a little off balance.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll power it inside with the fullback. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. UConn will have to punt it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about it.
There he goes. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Smith wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Boston. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Clark. And the returner will be brought down. The UConn offense goes back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Sticks it in his belly. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the fullback. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Pavia. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. That's reeled in. It's Clark.
The pass on first down, caught by the receiver. Loss of 1.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. It's caught. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. UConn will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one.
On to punt it away.
Oh, it's off the side of his foot. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to fire deep. Makes the catch at the 20. Finds a seam. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome.